Hello, this is Attorney Drew Page, and in this video, we are going to break down Season 2, Episode 5 of Undercover Billionaire featuring Grant Cardone. Let's go.
They're going undercover in cities they've never been to with only $100, a cell phone with no contacts, and an old truck. All they'll have are the business principles they use to become successful. At the end of 90 days, all three businesses will be independently evaluated.
If it's a penny short of $1 million, I'll put in $1 million.
You know the drill. Each entrepreneur has 90 days to turn $100 into $1 million business with nothing but a contactless cell phone and an old pickup truck. If you haven't gotten caught up to speed on all of the Undercover Billionaire episodes, you can click on the playlist in the description below to catch up on all of my Undercover Billionaire analysis. Also, if you would, please subscribe to this channel and like this video to help with the algorithm to get this content out to other people who might be looking for it. And if you really want to help me out, you can get a copy of my book, The Right Defense for a Traffic Offense in Virginia, by clicking on the Amazon link below. That's it for advertising today. The last few weeks have been pretty tough on old Uncle G. He tested positive for COVID. He got quarantined. He's had some deals fall through. Things just haven't been working out for him. So let's see if this week things start to look up for Uncle G.
I got to keep working despite the fact that I'm sick. So what I did was work a deal out with the landlord. Let me use a computer for 45 days and I'll leave a deposit. I'm not close to 100% yet, but I am feeling better, well enough to start researching on building my $1 million business.
Since he's in quarantine, Grant has to make up some ground with the days that he's lost. So he cut a deal with his landlord to get a laptop so he can still work from home. He is taking some positive steps to try to get things moving in the right direction so that he can make good on his promises for Matt Smith. And just because things are going bad in our lives doesn't mean we get to hit the pause button either. Success isn't going to wait for us to get better. We have to keep moving and we have to make some decisions, even if it costs us a little money on the front end, to be able to make sure that we are able to meet our obligations and take care of our customers, clients, and partners.
I didn't do a Zoom meeting with Matt. I should have. The whole thing just got me so derailed. I lost all my confidence. Hopefully I get a couple breaks here. I'm thinking bigger now about how to make good on that $10,000 from Matt. He hired a marketing team when I left Pueblo, so he no longer needs me just for the marketing.
Grant admits that he made a mistake. He didn't make contact through Zoom or some other medium with his partner, Matt Smith, and because of that, he attributes his loss of the marketing company to his inaction in communication. Frankly, that mistake was something that was shared by many businesses, not just Grant. Grant, after all, still has his business. He's still in the game. There were companies all throughout COVID that ended up shutting down because they weren't able to pivot. So Grant acknowledges that he made a mistake, but fortunately for him, it's not fatal. But the principle for us is that we have to be ready to pivot if something changes that keeps us from being able to do business the way that we've always done it. And we certainly need to make sure we're keeping in contact and in communication with our clients, with our potential customers, with our potential investors and partners. So if you're not able to be there in person, then make a Zoom call, make a phone call, send an email, send a carrier pigeon, whatever you need to do to make sure you're keeping that contact, make sure you don't lose it. And that's the point that Grant is acknowledging here, and something that I'm sure that if he had it to do over again, he would fix. Let's keep watching to see what else Grant has to say.
The way to go get funding for your new business is don't go to the bank. Go find a partner that has credit, currency, and credibility.
That tip right there is money. Grant gives us a tip that you will never hear in any high school and probably not hear in any college. I've been to undergrad, I've been to law school, and no one ever taught about finding an investor to front the money to start a business as opposed to taking out a loan or trying to raise capital some other way, not intentionally seeking to align with a strategic partner who already has the credit, who already has the money, and simply attaching to them and building a business essentially using them. No one I can recall has ever taught me that. If someone had taught me that many years ago, I'd probably be in a much different position than I am now. So that's a key point, a key principle that I think we can take away that will help us in our endeavors to start a business.
I'll be the guy that pushes, promotes it, and makes it work, but I need Matt to fund it. Offer people choices they do not want so they can determine and decide and have conviction about what they do want. And I don't care if I look stupid. I want them to look smart and make a decision. So I'm gonna focus on real estate, a franchise is the throwaway, and promotions.
I'm not sure I understand that business takeaway that he gives us here. Offer people choices they don't want. Why? I don't understand that. Why wouldn't you give 3, 4, or 5 good choices and have them focus in and harness in on what it is they want? What's the purpose of having an intentional throwaway? It seems like that's a waste of time and resources. I would love to hear Grant elaborate on that more. And he says that he doesn't care if people think that he looks stupid as long as the partner, the investor, feels smart. And I get that. That makes perfect sense. But why intentionally select a business to throw out there that doesn't really make a lot of sense, that's not going to get a lot of traction? I don't understand that principle. Maybe when he does his breakdown on the show on his YouTube channel, like he says he's going to do, maybe he can elaborate on that some more so he can give us some further insight, because I don't get it.
So I've got 3 ideas I want to pitch you. For the first one, I want to do aggressive Pueblo push for profits. It's kind of a PPP idea I got, okay? Going with the PPP thing. Pueblo push for profits. I want to find 10 to 20 companies that'll each pay $5,000 a month. That's half of what you paid. With your help, I can pick up these contracts in the next 30 days.
Contracts for what? Explain to me, what are we contracting?
To do for them what I would do for you. Email marketing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So it's doing on the
Follow-up
marketing
calls,
side of it.
follow-up calls. Because there's no one down here in Pueblo doing it, and it's effective. So I have the know-how. I don't have the dough, okay? And I don't have the contacts. You have the contacts.
One of the scenes I took out shows that he tests negative for COVID after having been in quarantine for that period of time. So he goes back to work and he's meeting with Matt Smith and he pitches his 3 ideas. And the first one he talks about is the marketing promotion business. So since he snoozed on his ability to be the marketing director for Snooze and Snap Fitness, he is now going to pitch Matt to develop his own marketing company where they will service Pueblo with aggressive style marketing like he did at the Snooze weekend sale. So he's sitting down with Matt, he's pitching everything, he's giving him his ideas. He goes with the PPP, so he's making something that will help push the algorithm on Google with the PPP loans. I believe it was Pueblo Push for Profits is basically what he's going to kind of name the marketing company, I guess, or something to that effect, so that they can try to build some business and go off the momentum of the COVID relief package. Let's hear him talk about the throwaway business.
Okay, second thing is this acai bowl thing. Every time I come here, I can't find any healthy foods. There's no acai bowls anywhere in this town. You know what an acai bowl is?
No.
Acai is a berry. If this thing costs $200K and does $957 a year, that's a good deal. With your franchise experience, you would be a layup.
The second pitch is a healthy foods type franchise option. The thing is, why would he pitch something that's not even in his wheelhouse? I don't believe he has any experience with healthy food businesses. So this is not only a throwaway, it's just ridiculous. You can tell from the body language of Matt Smith there, he is not impressed with that at all. And frankly, Grant is lucky that Matt doesn't just throw him out right there and say, "Are you crazy? Are you kidding me? This has nothing to do with my business, has nothing to do with what you say you're about. What in the world is this franchise thing?" I mean, that sounds like something Monique Idlett's doing on her side of the show. Help me out. I mean, I just don't understand the benefit of even pitching that.
Okay, third thing. This is the big money. So this deal right here, Konakaya.
Yep, I know Konica.
This is a $10 million property, okay? This property is gonna probably take $2 million to purchase. Because if they sell at $10 million, they're gonna pay $4 million, $5 million in taxes. What I wanna do is go to them and get them to owner finance, do an option with us. So I wanna do this deal bad, because I know this deal's gonna make $2 or $3 million bucks. I renovate the deal, fill it up. I've done enough real estate deals to know no chance this doesn't turn into $5 million within 18 months. Look, I'm walking the razor's edge here. I got to convince Matt that I know enough about real estate to get him to bite. But at the same time, I can't come across as somebody that's done $2 billion worth of real estate transactions and blow my cover.
How big a real estate you playing with back over there in California? You playing with stuff like this?
Not big enough, okay?
You gotta love the third pitch, right? The Kona Kaya $10 million apartment complex. Yeah, that's definitely up his wheelhouse, and it should be very easy to sell. And of course, he says his concern, though, is that he doesn't want to blow his cover with Matt to show that he's actually Grant Cardone. To be honest, I still believe Matt already knows who he is. I think that Matt knows this is Grant Cardone. There's nowhere on social media that Grant Cardone isn't. He's the king of social media. He's the king of attention. And you got to give him his credit. You got to give him his props. And while Matt may never admit it, I believe he knows that he's dealing with Grant Cardone, and that's why it's so easy for him to write a $10,000 check, and that's why it's so easy for him to go along with all the things that Lewis Curtis wants to do. But this deal, if it works out, sweet. $2 million deposit. Cardone Capital. He knows how to do these types of things. So if Matt and he can get in on this deal together, they're going to make a lot of money.
It was the last thing that I thought we were going to talk about today.
Oh, really? What do you think we were going to talk about?
I didn't think about a marketing company, but I'm all for it. We just started a little marketing side of it, so I got some people that might help out with this already.
Matt has already seen the value of the promotion abilities of Lewis Curtis, a.k.a. Grant Cardone, and he already has marketing people in place that can assist him, not in just paying other people to market for him, but now Matt can own a marketing company that can have impact in all of Pueblo, Colorado. So he's checking the box on that one. He's good to go with that.
This is the big money.
Okay.
Kona Kaya.
Yep. Anybody that's lived in Pueblo knows the Kona Kai apartments.
Really?
Yeah. This excites me a lot more. I like this idea. And real estate's what I know a little bit of around here. It's just a really cool thing that I would have never thought that would be on the market, much less an investment opportunity to potentially make money and clean it up and create a little bit better community for Pueblo. So it seems like a win-win-win.
Again, Matt has experience in Pueblo real estate, so this is something that he's connected to, is something he understands. He has his buildings for Snap Fitness and for Snooze, so he understands commercial real estate, he understands the business, and so the Kona Kaya is something that everybody knows about according to him, and that's a great investment opportunity for Matt, and he's excited to jump into that as well.
I just like being in the room. Your presence here, I like your style, man. It's just
Let's go, I'm back.
This energy.
I'm
There he is.
man.
I like it. I like everything about it. Let's do this.
I'm sure everybody would love to be in the room and be excited about everything that Grant Cardone, Lewis Curtis, had to say. Anyway, I'm excited about the episodes that'll be coming up and seeing how Grant progresses in these deals and how he helps Matt Smith build these $1 million businesses. Again, I'm attorney Drew Page. You can reach me at my Suffolk, Virginia office at 757-935-9065. You can visit my website at www.randallpagelaw.com. You can email me at drewpage@randallpagelaw.com. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button to help with the algorithm. And if you haven't checked out my book, The Right Defense for a Traffic Offense in Virginia, you can click on the Amazon link below in the description and get your copy by ebook or paperback. Also, if you would like to keep up with all of the Undercover Billionaire analysis, you can click on the Undercover Billionaire playlist in the description below. Until next time, stay tuned.